his words, he said that she's trying to take his life with her. He introduced her to a certain type of life, right? Fantastic. And I want women to understand something. When you find a man that gives you that type of life, you are a lucky individual. You do not get, just like me, I don't get to leave my job that was paying me 200 grand a year and then say to them, hey, you introduced me to a life of 200 grand a year. Could you pay me the same amount of wages?
No, could you? You must.
You must pay me something similar, okay, to what I was getting because you introduced me to a certain type of life. You don't get to do that. The richest women in America are divorcees. So divorce has now become a business. Marriage has now become a business. And the fact that the government can now get involved in your marriage is crazy. And the fact that marriage has now been taken out of the love sphere and it's now been put into the monetary sphere, it says it all about marriages. What has happened now is people are focusing on how much their marriages cost. They're focusing on where they go for their honeymoon.
The spectacle as well.
The spectacle. And they're focusing on what it's like to be married and not what a marriage actually is. And that's why marriages are failing now.
I feel one key ingredient in a relationship lasting is to actually like your spouse.
To like them.
It's like them. Yeah. I mean, love is something.
Love is great.
But you can love someone and still do some fucked up things.
Right.
But if you like someone, you tend to not. Do you know what I mean? Like, just think about like the relationships you have with your friends. Like, you like your friends, and you genuinely, unless you're a sick individual, don't do things to upset them. So I feel like isn't given enough importance in a relationship. Yeah, I'm speaking. I realized recently because obviously, like we said earlier, I'm going through.
You're going through your own breakup.
Yeah, separation, and I realized that towards the end of it, like, I didn't like this woman very much anymore.
You said that last time.
Yeah. She like sexually, she was like my type on paper. If you was to get me to like before meeting her, draw like my ideal woman, like what she'd look like, yeah.
You're saying the hips were nice, the bum was there, the breasts were
Ghanaian babes.
Okay.
Yeah, she was fine. But then like in conversation, I realized that I don't actually like this person. Yeah, and I didn't always have post-nut clarity when I was thinking about her. Post-nut clarity is very, very important.
It's very important.
If you're not in a continual state of post-nut clarity, you're in a perpetual state of pre-nut delusion.
Pre-nut delusion.
Yes, trust me. So it's when you...
Do you know what? I'm going to add that to my vocab. Post-nut clarity is already in my vocab, but pre-nut delusion?
Yeah, it's a dangerous thing, man. It's a dangerous thing. Empires have fallen
because of pre-nut delusion.
Exactly. So you need to get that out of your system, get some post-nut clarity and actually look at the person. And you got to just ask yourself if you like them. Do you know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying. Yeah. Actually, I hear what you're saying. You want to be able to like your partner.
Yeah.
You want to be able to like them.
Yeah.
No, I totally get you. Because like I was saying, like now the divorces are happening. We're going to go into divorce a little bit now. I remember we were talking about Tyrese before, and Tyrese was saying how he didn't understand the breakup when he went to speak to this person that he spent so much time with. And there was this veil, not like a physical veil, but like an emotional veil. And he's like, this is me. I know we're no longer together, but can we talk like civilized human beings, please?
I was going to mention the Tyrese thing because I think his now ex-wife said that had certain people not been in her ear, she wouldn't have wanted the divorce.
That's what she said. And
we need to be very careful when we're getting advice from our friends because they give us, they care about us, but they give us advice based on what they think they would do in the situation and what would be good for them. But everyone's experiences are different.
But misery loves company.
Misery
loves company. And I'm telling you, no one keeps a single woman single like single women. Single women will keep they will keep a single woman single.
But you gotta be that's very true. But you gotta be careful when people are giving you advice. You gotta take everyone's advice within the context of the person that's giving it to you.
Right.
So Shaniqua is telling you to stay with him. Okay, but why is Shaniqua saying this?
Why? Yeah? What's her motivation?
Yeah. Shelly Yan is saying leave him. Why?
Why?
Okay, you need to understand. Yeah, so it's just like there's no bad advice. Well, there's bad advice.
Well, Tyrese was saying, like we spoke about before, he was saying that she's asking for, and I want people to understand this. She wants £20,000 per month, and if you want £20,000 per month after the prenup has already been signed, I want to stress this: they already had a prenup. She already agreed that she didn't want any money from him. She's actually trying to find a way to get money out of him. And in his words, he said that she's trying to take his life with her. He introduced her to a certain type of life, right? Fantastic. And I want women to understand something. When you find a man that gives you that type of life, you are a lucky individual. You do not get, just like me, I don't get to leave my job that was paying me 200 grand a year and then say to them, hey, you introduced me to a life of 200 grand a year. Could you pay me the same amount of wages?
No, could you? You must.
You must pay me something similar, okay, to what I was getting because you introduced me to a certain type of life. You don't get to do that. So a lot of women think that they're going to get the same type of caliber man when they leave a man of that caliber. And I'm telling you, if you've had his child or children, generally that is not going to happen for you. It's not the fact that I'm trying to shoot people's dreams down. What it is that you have to understand that if you have reached that peak, it's only downhill from there. This Tyrese's woman reached her peak when she met Tyrese. She had his child at her peak. It's only downhill from there. Yeah. She chose to leave him. She's not going to get another guy to be like, oh yeah, I want to do the same type of things. You know what she's going to get, Jesse? Guy to fuck her.
That's right.
She's going to get loads of guys wanting to fuck her. And the thing is about a lot of women that they don't understand is that just because a guy wants to have sex with you doesn't mean that he wants to settle down with you.
So one of the reasons why I had to call things off with my ex-babes, she was quite good looking.
But was she as good looking as
Audrey?
As Audrey?
No. No, I mean, is anybody?
Is anybody. Audrey's, you know, she's kind of...
I mean, it's just like what you just said, like women can find a guy that will want to have sex with them. Yeah, it's no problem. But a guy that actually want to hold you down and be with you and wake up next to you.
Yeah, and wake up next to you.
For the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life.
Yeah. They don't get that. And she said to me, because I'm a very distant person.
Right.
Very like...
Your head's elsewhere.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like crack on with life, you know. I've got targets I'm trying to hit.
Okay.
And then she was upset and she said to me one day, I have essentially this, I'm paraphrasing, but I have guys running me down all the time that want to spend time with me. And you don't even want to something, want to do shit, yeah? I was like...
You should have told her to go be with the guys then.
Even if... I should have said many things, but I'm a coward.
Essentially.
But I wanted to explain to her that, yeah, those guys just want to put their peni,
of course,
inside of you, and then that's it.
But a lot of women don't get that.
They don't. A
lot of women don't understand that you will have men for days in your DMs, girl. Men that want to put their peni inside your vajayjay all day long. But that doesn't mean that the guy wants to be with you for the rest of your life. And women always, it has been so consistent, because I remember in the UK a couple of years ago, remember Lani Good?
Yeah.
Lani Good was saying, oh, you know what? I've had footballers, And he said, that's great. You've had footballers spread your legs from number 3 to number 9, but those footballers don't want to, be with you for the rest of their life. But she'd calculated in her head that that's her level. She can bag a guy like that. You can't bag a guy like that. Tion Wayne was her level. That's it. From here on, it's downhill.